One of the funniest things that I recall about experience with James Marvin was we were returning from a baseball game up at Westside, and his daddy usually kept some old kind of clunker vehicle for him to drive, and he started driving at an early age, and so it was just him and me in an old 48 Ford, and he was driving from Westside back to Heber, and so I was already a chewer, and I pulled out a package of Red Man or beech nut. I think it was beech nut chewing tobacco, and got put some in my mouth. And he said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's chewing tobacco." And he said, "Give me some." So I gave him the package, and he loaded a hefty amount into his mouth, and we were driving down the road, and so he started slowing down, and I said, what's going on? And he said, well, I'm getting a little bit sick. And I said, well, pull over and see if you're going to vomit. So he no more than pulled over and emptied the contents of his stomach. And then he didn't want to drive, so I took over. I was an accomplished driver, but although I hadn't been driving anything for my parents. And so as we got home, I said, and he was worried about going in the house, and I said, well, I'll take you to the door and tell your mama what happened. And he said, oh my goodness, don't tell her. She would have my hide because she doesn't want me chewing tobacco. And I said, well, I'll just dummy up and act like I don't know what happened. You suddenly got sick coming back from Westside. So I did, and his mother ran over and demanded to know exactly what was happening, and I told her I didn't know. He just suddenly got sick. And she said, well, I'm going to call Dr. Claude to come over here and take a look at you. Well, at that time, I exited stage left and walked home because I didn't want to try to give a story about what happened because she didn't need to know it involved the chewing of tobacco. I remember that for a long time, that he was deathly afraid that I'd tell, but I kept that secret with me until today. And you're one of the few people that shared it, but I guess it's out of the bag now, and it really didn't hurt anything to tell the story.